Welcome to North Texas Talks. I'm your host, Scott Ochoa. We are here at the wonderful CBC Creative. They have hooked us up with a very nice downtown view to record this episode. And we have a very special guest, Bobbie Peterson Cate. And for those that you probably already know, she is running for District Attorney in Grayson County for the 2016 election. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thanks for making the big trek through the big city of Sherman to get right here in downtown.
So. Across the street, huh?
Right. So right at the get-go, I want to ask you about your qualifications because it seems like you're very well qualified for district attorney. You've done this type of work, just not in that specific capacity. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I come from a family of law enforcement. My father was a Dallas police officer for 27 years. My great-grandfather was a judge. I started out in the Dallas District Attorney's office before I moved up here and worked for Bob Jarvis as his first assistant for 6 years. And then I left and went out on my own. And then the current DA hired me in 2006 as a contract prosecutor. And I worked as a contract prosecutor until last year. And during that time, I had a wonderful role in that I got to work as a part-time contract prosecutor helping with jail overcrowding, but I had my own private practice as well.
Okay.
And during that time period, I was able to do federal criminal defense. So I did criminal defense and prosecution at the same time. And
wow.
Then I was, and still am, a judge, city judge, up in Pottsboro.
Oh, okay.
So I wore 3 different hats at the same time, which is very unique and was an incredible experience.
Very familiar with Pottsboro.
Yes.
As you probably know.
Yes, very much so.
I did look through your website, and you have quite a good resume, as you said, so I was impressed.
Thank you.
One of the questions, let's assume that you are elected to become the district attorney. What is the biggest challenge facing the DA's office right now?
I think there's more than one. So in my opinion, there's a couple of them. One of them is basically bringing it into this century. I think that it is behind the times. It is not efficient. It is not using the resources that it has to make it more cost-effective and benefit the people, the resources, everything that it does have. And what I mean by that is that I have worked with over a dozen counties across Texas and have seen the different programs and the ways they work that could save Grayson County money and could move cases more swiftly. And it's just not happening here. And it needs to. And that's something that I bring to the table. But also, I'm sorry, but Joe argued against Bob Jarvis way back when that he would get rid of that good old boy system. Well, unfortunately, it appears we've traded one good old boy system for another. And I will bring fair and impartial justice to everyone in this system when I become DA. And what I mean by that is that the people will receive, I don't care who you are, who your family is, what the crime is, you're going to be treated the way you should be treated, the way the crime should be treated on an individual basis. And that's not happening right now.
Okay. And you also had, I guess that's kind of what you meant by, there's a statement on your website about limiting a term or,
Correct.
after a certain
limits.
period of term limits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that for me and everyone else.
Right.
So, and after this election, Joe will have been in 16 years. I mean, if he wins, it'll be 20. And the problem is you get tunnel vision. He's not exposed to anything else. And until last year, basically when I announced I was running, no new programs have been implemented over there. Nothing new has been done. It's complacent. And just because nothing bad has happened or been done, that's static. That's not good. Grayson County is growing. It needs to progress. The county is progressing. The towns are progressing. The DA's office is not. I plan on changing that.
I think from a voter perspective, I think we have a good picture of your history and your understanding of what one of the biggest or the biggest challenge is in the current district attorney's office and how you would approach it. Hopefully, as a viewer, you are getting the information that you need from Bobbie in this quick interview, and you can decide for yourself who you're going to vote for. Maybe Bobbie's already earned your vote. We're not sure, but I'm sure we'll find out on the day.
Correct. March 1st.
March
It's
1st.
a primary. Early voting starts February 16th.
So get out there and vote. I'm sure you would want everyone to vote.
Everyone to get out and vote.
Yes.
You can't complain if you don't vote.
Right. And this is how we shape where we live. So
Exactly.
make sure you get out there and vote.
Very much so.
Anything else you want to add?
It's time for a change.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of North Texas Talks. A big shout out to CBC Creative for giving us a location in Sherman where we can look out over downtown, which is totally awesome. If you like this episode, make sure you catch the other ones. We do have other candidate episodes as well. And if you're over there at YouTube, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and then you'll get to see all the other episodes that we release. And be sure to like us on Facebook if you're watching over there in Facebook land. I'm Scott with our guest Bobbie Peterson Cate, running for District Attorney, Grayson County 2016. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.